he says shit, I say shit, and it all gets a bit out of hand and that, but we just need to grow up, I guess. But the ball's in his court, man.
It seems to me like you have grown up, though. I mean, I don't mean that in a patronising way. I mean, you used to be... It used to be. I don't know. I think maybe you disagree, but I always thought you were the unreasonable one and he was the reasonable one. That's how it was presented to us.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some truth in that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think we're both unreasonable and we're both... What was the other one?
Reasonable.
Reasonable. Yeah.
But right now, you seem to be being very reasonable. I don't know what Noel's saying, to be fair. I don't know
he's been that other word.
Yeah, OK.
Yeah. I'm being really reasonable.
Well, then let's drill into this bit. So, is he being unreasonable, do you think, because you were once so unreasonable that he just thought, that's it, I'm done, not even ever going to change? Or is he being unreasonable because he is now just being unreasonable?
You're doing well with this unreasonable.
Yeah, I'm keeping
You're showing off now, aren't you?
I think I've got it right, and it's a hard word for me to say.
Yeah. You're doing well, man.
So, is there anything in that?
I don't know what it is, man, with him at the moment, you know, or whatever. I don't know why we split up, so I'd like to know. So,
Hold it, but you must have some idea why you split up. Was it all on him?
Maybe I might have been a bit too rock and roll for him and that, and I might have cancelled a few gigs and that, and I might have stayed up later than I should have some nights, but, you know, we're not Club 7, that's what you do, yeah. So, and I don't know, maybe he just wanted to go solo and do his thing and just be on his own and take all the fun out, you know, he just wanted to do his thing, but I don't know what I've done, really, to be fair, but, you know, we'll get to the bottom of it one day. We've had worse arguments about lesser things and that, and, you know, I think we were a proper band, and I think the world we need a good band like that, you know, and we did exactly what he said on the tin.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is a massive shame. And, you know, many of us... I never saw a whole Oasis gig. I saw you perform, because you did my show. I was very pleased when you did, but I've never seen a whole Oasis gig, and I thought, I really want to see it, and then you split up too soon.
We were around for 20 years, I was Jonathan. Fucking hell, what are you up to? You know what I mean? It's like, you're not like... You know what I mean? Not like these 16-year-olds that weren't born then. You were like, you lived round the corner from us, you know, you could have got off your ass. You couldn't have seen us, you know what I mean?
I can see why you don't get on with your brother. I mean, you're like, let it go.
But, what was the question again?
I can't remember. I was just saying, it's a shame. It would be great if you could get better.
Yeah, the main thing has been brothers, man. Forget the band.
But if you were in a band now, presumably you're 47 now. You're an older man.
Yeah.
Noel's an older man. He's older than you, isn't he? A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smaller as well.
You're not helping matters.
But yeah, no, he's 52, I think.
Say something nice about Noel. Because he's probably going to watch this.
He's definitely going to watch it. Well, he's a great songwriter, man.
Yeah, there you go. Noel,
there you go.
Great songwriter. He gives you your props there. OK, that's good. That's good. When you guys first split up, I felt very sad about that, because I'd never seen you perform live, do a whole gig.
We were brilliant.
Yeah. And then I thought, OK, well, it'd be great if you got better. Then I asked you, and you said you wouldn't get better. What you actually said to me was, you said, I'll get back together with Oasis on the day you go work for the BBC again. Now, about 3 months ago, I did some work for Radio 2 again.
Right.
They've asked me to do some more.
Right.
So, are you a man of your word?
Does that mean I've got to get back? Does that mean I've got to reform the band?
Everyone expects bands who split up. I was talking about this earlier on. They do expect bands to come back together, and it's not an embarrassing thing. It's a good thing in many ways.
If I close my eyes, I don't see it happening. That's not to say that it never will, but, you know, I've got a lot of things going on.
Not for the time being. Are you speaking with your brother at the moment?
Not at the moment, no.
What's the problem between you two? It can't all be on his side.
No, there's no problem. There's no problem. Because we don't speak to each other, so there's no problem.
I can sit there, like, when I mate you and go, oh, we should have done that when I was in a band. We did everything.
Yeah.
You know
I mean? You had the full experience.
Well, mate, we didn't leave anything on the table, like, nothing.
The only reason I asked those, because I know there was a period when I got the feeling you wanted to. You liked the idea of going back.
When someone offers £100 million to do a few gigs and that, man, you're going to sort of go, all right, then, yeah.
Was that your offer?
But there's a lot of money knocking about, isn't there? So, like, you know what I mean?
It wasn't 100 million, was it?
It was £100 million to do, like, a tour and that, and I'm thinking, what? I'm not a dickhead, you know what I mean? I'd have a bit of that.
And so Noel has that much of a problem with working with that he turned down 100 million?
Yeah, well, he's not into it, is he?
I think everyone, before they'd heard you speaking about it, everyone thought you were the problem.
Right.
And
I am a problem.
No, but they thought you were being difficult and he was being reasonable. But now I think, certainly, I've shifted my opinion. Now I'm thinking, OK, why won't he engage with you? And it seems like that's the problem.
No, I think we're both the problem. And the problem is that he thinks he's not the problem. He thinks that I'm both the problems, whereas I'm just a problem.
You're half the problem.
I'm half the problem,
Yes.
whereas I can't be having him thinking that it's just I'm the full problem.
Yeah, which is not fair.
Yeah, he needs to take on some of the problem.
He's
You know
shit.
what I mean? And the minute he does that, we'll move on. And
But he's incapable of doing that.
No, he needs to own his problem.
And you say you haven't spoken to him at all?
No.
When Liam was on the show, he claimed that you had been offered 100 million to perform together again as Oasis.
Yeah.
Which sounds extraordinary.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily untrue, but is that true?
Why do you say it's not necessarily untrue? Because it is untrue.
Well, I'm saying it's not necessarily because I can understand that someone could make enough money.
There isn't £100 million in the music business, right? Between all of us, right? So the fact that any one band or me, I wouldn't. If anybody wants to offer me £100 million now, I'll say it now. I'll do it. I'll do it for 100 million. Right? It's a ludicrous. What is funny though is that I think Liam actually believes it, which is the funny thing.
But Liam, I've known him a little bit better now. I wouldn't say I know either of you terribly well, but I think I know you slightly better than I know him. But I thought he was this sort of wild character, and he's definitely mellowed. He has definitely changed, and you must have seen that.
Well, he's nearly 50, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. So he's getting older, and I wonder therefore if there is, even if just for the sake, would you not want to perform again? Because you must miss him on stage sometimes.
Not particularly, no. I don't, because it's a different band.
But I mean,
thing.
all right, but put High Flying Birds to one side and say they're still there. You'll still be doing High Flying Birds, of course you will. But would you not want to be with him on stage again?
Well, as I was saying to the guy in the Oasis documentary yesterday, I find it a bit sad that there's a whole generation of kids, working class kids, who have got nothing of their own to buy into, and they're projecting all that onto a couple of 50-year-old fellas. Where's the new Oasis? Where's that? Where is that? Where are those guys?
What do you not miss being on stage with him? Because I tell you why I'm curious. Because I believe in the last documentary that was made about you guys,
Supersonic.
I think your mum talked in that, and she says, "I wish they could just sort it out. I wish they could just get on." And I wish it. And she says, "I wish it hadn't ended the way it had."
We all do. We all do. But the fact of the matter is, it did, and everybody's moved on. And on that subject, I talk to my mum every other day, and she's never mentioned it to me once. Once.
She went behind your back in a documentary.
That's right, she did.
The newspapers were pitting Oasis against Blur.
I don't remember any of that
Oasis v Blur.
Yeah.
I was in the thick of it, man. I don't remember any of that.
Well, of course
man.
you remember
I was
it.
out fucking partying and getting off the place. Messing about reading the news.
But the reason I mention it is because he was working for Blur at the time. He was opening for Blur.
That's why he ended up the way he ended up, man. On a baking programme.
But then I ended up supporting them on tour. I toured with Blur the week they released The Great Escape, which is a wonderful album, Jonathan. and it has classics on it, like the Universal.
Yes, that is an amazing song.
Didn't fucking sell much, though, did it?
I think it did OK.
Yeah, it's not as good as Morning Glory or anything.
Yeah,
What we did.
I'd be inclined to agree with you, yeah.
Yeah.
And only for fear of getting knocked out.
No, peace and love, bro. Peace and love, mate.
Well, you
Peace
met
and
at
love.
the time, didn't you? You met at the time. I
You
don't know if
probably won't
remember
remember
it.
because
Do remember it?
you were hardcore partying.
Probably
but
high.
I was once with Damon in a bar at the height of,
What kind of bar?
A posh one.
Oh, yeah.
Posh enough for you to be in there as
All
well.
right, OK.
Yeah. And,
Go on, what was it called?
It was called the Groucho Club.
Ooh, that one.
Yeah, and you were in there, and Damon was in there, and I thought, oh, my God, am I going to have to referee a fight here? Yeah. And the three of us sat down and had a nice drink.
Oh, did we?
It was very civil. And I think Damon said something like, you're all right, it's your brother I don't like.
Are you sure that now wasn't Noel, then?
No, definitely wasn't. It wasn't.
I don't know if that happened, man.
It did.
Yeah.
The veil was dropped.
Did we break bread together?
You did. It was a beautiful moment.
There was a moment of peace.
Can I say it was
I'm
quite...
not having it, mate, because I don't know that ain't happening.
It did happen.
No, that would have been Noel.
It did happen, and it was quite erotic, may I say.
Well, hold on. He would know. You could tell the
I
difference
would
between
know. I
Noel
was
and
there,
Liam.
was I not there?
Yes, but I was sober.
I don't want to point this out to you,
Listen,
but I think
last time
of all
I
of us,
saw
your
that
memory
gig,
is the
last time
least
I saw
reliable.
them Blur boys in Fingate, there was a pool table at the top.
Yeah.
And I remember launching snooker balls at their heads. They were not sitting down and having drinks.
You don't have any gripes with anyone now, though, do you?
Nah, no one. Only... Nah, peace and love, man.
Well, after the year we've had, it's like it's time to reflect in it and sort of go, you know, I never really had any problem with anyone anyway, really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was yourself, probably.
What have you got Noel for Christmas, then?
He ain't getting nothing, mate.
Have you been mistaken for anyone, Noel?
On a daily basis.
Who?
Liam.
Do you really?
On a daily basis,
Oh,
yeah.
that must be- that must be-
There's never a day goes by where someone doesn't shout, "What, Liam?" And
Do you think they're shouting that, or are they saying, why not get back together with Liam?
well, there is that, but there's you know, when actually doing the video for the single, it was one of the first days we'd all been out of the house, right? And we're shooting it in Notting Hill, and a kind of woman drives past in a car, and she stops and comes up, and she says, "Are you a singer?" And I was like, "Yes, I am, of sorts." She said, "No, wait, were you in Oasis?" And I was like, "Yes, I was." And she said, "You're Liam Gallagher?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." And she went, "Oh." And then a guy said to me one night when I was out at some posh do at the end of a bar, a guy said, "You're a singer?" Yes, I am. Same thing. "You're an Oasis?" And he said, "Liam Gallagher." And I said, "No, the other one." He went, "There's another one?" I was like, "Yes, there is. Yeah. And I am he."
Yeah.
You got
Have
two
you got
sausage dogs.
Yeah.
What's your dogs called?
Ruby and Bridget. And like one of them, mate, it got worse, mate. I lived on Hampstead Heath, and Gene come home with it, and he called it Sparkle, and it was about that big, and I'd have to take it out on the heath, and then it'd get lost in the bushes, and I'm stood in the bushes going, Sparkle. And it's on Hampstead Heath where a lot of things go on.
Where the fellas go, yeah.
So I was going, all these geezers coming out, going, okay. I had to change the name, man. So Ruby was...
I'm just looking for a bit of sparkle.
Sparkle. Yeah. Come on, Sparkle.
When you gave up drugs quite quickly, didn't you? You decided to give up cocaine. And this was, what, 10 years ago?
It was in 1998.
OK. So, and
Don't know when that is.
how hard was it for you to do that?
It wasn't... It was easy.
Was it really?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a... I'm very disciplined. I just thought one afternoon, that's it, I'm bored now. And then I realised it was just like, this is actually against the fucking law.
Hold on, so the whole time you'd been taken up to then, you thought it was legal?
No, I just got bored. I got bored. I got bored of talking about the pyramids and aliens and the Beatles and who shot JFK. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was just like I'd exhausted every avenue of conversation.
This morning before, like, getting my hair, a little trim and that's like the cat bounces through the window with a massive bird in her mouth, like an eagle. Steams up the stairs, and I'm like mid curlers in, and I was like, I had to leg it out, dived over the next door guy. I've got the hairdresser, the geezer who cuts me barnet and that. I went, "You're going to have to deal with this, mate," you know what I mean? And he's going, no, I can't handle pigeons, I don't like pigeons, you know what I mean? The way they walk and all that, and the nod and all that. I was going, well, I ain't having this, man. So someone's going to have to sort it out. Debbie's down the road, you know what I mean? Like, so anyway, he's gone to get it. So this is before I was going, look, man, I'm going to have to... I can't, man. We're going on Jonathan Ross, man. I'm like, we're going to have to sort this shit out, you know what I mean? So anyway, he's there with a pan and a brush getting his pigeon, like the two cats are on. Then it flies into the kitchen and then sits on one of these, like, little things, like a little perch and that. Then he's got it and anyway, binned it off in the garden and that. But that's what I had to deal with this morning. Nightmare.
I had no idea why you told that story, but I loved every second of it.